State Disaster Management Authority. What is SDMA? SDMA, with the members to be nominated by the Chief Minister and the Chairperson of State Executive Committee. One of the members may be designated as the Vice Chairman of the State Authority by the Chief Minister. SDMA may constitute an advisory committee of experts as and when necessary. SDMA shall be responsible for laying the policies and plans for disaster management in the state level. SDMA shall recommend guidelines for providing minimum standards of relief persons affected by disaster in the state, not less than the minimum standards in guidelines set by the national authority. SDMA will be assisted by the State Executive Committee. Next, let us see about the early warning system. You know very well how the early warning system works in a way to reduce the disaster. Earthquake. This can be done by detecting the first energy to the radiate from an earthquake, the P wave energy, which rarely cause damage. Using P wave information, we first estimate the location and magnitude of earthquake. Then the anticipated ground shaking across the region to be affected is estimated and warning is provided to the local populations. The method can provide warning before the S wave arrives, bringing the strong shaking that usually causes the most of the damage. See, this slide clearly explains the earthquake. Strong shaking expected. A user receives a message like this on the screen of his computer. This message alerts the user to how many seconds before the shaking waves arrive at their location and the expected intensity of the shaking at that site. The message displays a map with also location of the epicenter, the magnitude of the earthquake, and the current position of P and S waves. See this picture. See, this is the shake alert, that is strong shaking expected. See here, this is the number 1, which shows the real-time tracking seismic waves from quake's epicenter. Number 1, PS wave, CP wave, here it is S wave, and then number 2 is real-time tracking of the fault rupture. Update intensity is given here. And then number 3 tells you about the current location tracked by GPS. Number 3. And then number 4 is seconds remaining before seismic waves you reach you. And then number 5 about expected intensity of the earthquake at your current location. Number 6 tells you about estimated magnitude of earthquake, that is 7.8, like that. And then seventh one shows you the intensity scale. Earthquake early warning basics. See here, in an earthquake, a rupturing fault sends out different types of waves. The fast moving P wave is the first to arise, and damage is caused by the slower S waves and later arriving surface waves. You can see here. See, first felt wave, then this is damaging wave, S wave, this is P wave. Sensors are there which sends and give alert to the earthquake alert center, and from there here also sensors positioned about 6 to 12 miles apart. So many sensors are there. So from there we are getting alert to the location. See, sensors detected the P wave and immediately transmit data to an earthquake alert center where the location and size of the quake are determined and updated as more data become available. And then a message from the alert center is immediately transmitted to your computer or mobile phone, which calculates the expected intensity and arrival time of shaking at your location. Next, flood. A typical flood warning system includes a number of items, including automated sensors, which are placed in or beside rivers and reservoirs throughout a designated area. Data is then collected and sent immediately to a base station or personal computer. In this way, appropriate forecasts are sent to the authorities or communities of those potentially affected by the developing flood as soon as possible. See, here you can see the detection. At first, detection and meteorological monitoring and forecasting, meteorological modeling, then thresholds when to issue a warning, and then warning dissemination, that is, issue warnings to the affected population, response, contingency plans, and recovery and review. This and all coming under this warning, dissemination, response, recovery, review, all under recovery. This comes under the preparedness. See here, flood warning system, and how this is the flood warning and response. How do we respond to the flood? Flood due to melting of ice. The community-based flood warning system is used in Hindu-Kush Himalaya region, which is of the most dynamic and complex mountain system in the world. It is also extremely fragile and sensitive to the effects of climatic change. One of the effects of climate change is the formation of meltwater lakes on the lower sections of glaciers in the Himalayan region. Because of such lakes are inherently unstable and subject to the catastrophic flood surge, they are potential sources of danger to people and property in the valleys below them. What is the solution for this flood? The wireless system manages flood and flash flood risk by providing early warnings to the downstream people. And this solution consists of two units, transmitter and receiver. The transmitter is installed along the river bank and the receiver is installed at a house near the river. A flood sensor attached to the transmitter detects the rising water levels. When the water reaches the critical level, a signal wirelessly transmitted to the receiver. The flood warning system is then disseminated to the via mobile phone to the concerned agencies and vulnerable communities downstream. Critical flood levels are set with the help of the local community. Sources of alerts for cyclones. India Meteorological Department bulletins, information from Commissioner Disaster Management and Cyclone Warning Center, Vishakhapatnam. So, technological inputs. Here, nodal agencies for forecasting and early warning dissemination. Here, the listed out the number of disasters, which agency is responsible and which ministry is responsible for it. Cyclone comes under Indian Meteorological Department, Earth Sciences. Tsunami, Indian National Center for Oceanic Information Services, Earth Sciences. Earthquake, India Meteorological Department, Earth Sciences. Flood, Central Water Commission, Water Resources. Landslide, Geological Survey of India, Mines. Avalanche, DRDO, Defense. On receipt of first warning, set up control room at district level, alerting of officers, army, NDRF, navy, fire, police, wide publicity through print or electronic media. On receipt of second warning, the officers in charge for the areas or mandal should proceed to respective areas. The officers on leave should return to duty. Evacuation of fishermen and low-lying people. Postponing the positioning of NDRF, RF, Navy, SDRF, force, fire, personnel in required places, and then positioning of essential commodities. Relief camps. Relief camps providing food and drinking water, milk, bread, biscuits to children, lighting arrangements, medical camps. Communication. See, State Emergency Operations Center, SEOC, Information communicated by the nodal department to district collector, district emergency operations center through DECOEC, SDMS, and all nodal departments and district headquarters are informed, and there to Tehsil and block, Tasildar BDO, Panchayat Pradhans, and others at village level. So communication happens in this order. Inventory of rescue and relief that we will see in the next slide.